Okay, I got something I want to show you here, okay? Let's zoom in on this a little bit. Okay, Indiana's first state to allow citizens to shoot law enforcement officers. The name of the title of this article, okay? Monday, June 11th, 2012. Police officers in Indiana are upset over a new law allowing residents to use deadly force against public servants. Okay, I want you to remember the word public servants because that's what cops are, including law enforcement officers, which are public servants. So don't get them confused because they want to separate them, okay? But anyhow, back to it. Who unlawfully enter their homes. It was signed in by Republican Governor Mitch Daniels in March. Well, yeah. So now the cops are worried because they can't use their badge in Indiana to be above the law and unlawfully enter your house. If they unlawfully enter your house and you shoot in self-defense because there's somebody coming through your door and kill a cop, you're within the law. Oh, darn. You mean cops don't want to have responsibility that when they break the laws they're supposed to be enforcing and get dead doing so, is justified? Huh. Well, that's what I'd have to say to that because, it clearly states it right here. Unlawfully entering their homes, okay? There's the first of its kind in the United States. The law was adopted after a state Supreme Court went too far in one of its rulings last year. According to the support, the case in question involved a man who was assaulted an officer during a domestic violence call. The court ruled that there was no right to reasonably resist unlawful entry by police officers. Okay, yes, there is a right to reasonably resist unlawful entry into your home. That's the same thing as a burglar. I mean, but see, this is because the cops, well, first off, they hire dumbed down sheep, okay? If you're intelligent, understand anything that's common sense and other people's rights, and you actually care about laws and other people's rights and actually care about other people, you don't qualify to become a cop in the United States. Because the first rule is you can't care about anybody. You have to only care about yourself, and you have to be willing to be a good little slave and follow orders. Okay? Second off, because governments are controlling cops and because district attorneys and cops ain't actually doing their job because they're thugs for criminal bankers and corporations and governments. That's what cops are. The thugs. That's right. They're thugs. They're villains. They're like the mafia. They're the thug guys that go out and harass innocent people for criminals who want to steal more for themselves. That's what cops are in the United States. They're not actually upholding no law. What's a law? No, a law is a man-made rule wrote up on a piece of paper in legislation. Did you ever stop to think about this? Why is it that we have more laws than you can memorize? Because you're a slave. No lie, all of us are slaves. Okay, you have more laws than you can realize. Why is it that the laws only apply to the people and not the bankers or corporations or governments or cops? Well, the laws don't apply to them because they're criminals. That's why the so-called cops are thugs. They're actually not actually enforcing no laws. They're enforcing tyranny. They're thugs. They enforce their own enslavement. That's what they're doing. They're enforcing their very own enslavement. It's a lot like when you people create your very own killers. But then this is how stupid most people are in today's society. Okay? They're too stupid to see that what they're actually doing is enforcing their very own enslavement. That's above their IQ. They couldn't figure that out in a billion years. Because that's just way, way, way above their IQ, okay? Why do you think they hire cops that are so stupid? Because they need a thug. So when they come in and they break into your home illegally in the middle of the night, they can do whatever they want. Now, they don't like this because this law right here gave the citizens the right to stand up for themselves. Well, I think the citizens need to stand up for themselves anyhow across this country, all the way across this country. And if the thugs who work for corporations and governments come around and want to fucking break the very laws they're supposed to be enforcing and get dead doing so, it's because they're thugs working for the mafia. Okay, they're criminals. They're not enforcing laws, they're criminals, okay? Because to enforce a law, one must be upholding the law that they are expecting other people to uphold. If one says I'm above that law, then nobody's above that law. Nobody. And the first time anybody says, no, we are above it, the people who say they're above it are criminals. End of story. The first time, I don't care if it's a congressman, who it is, when you hear anybody say, no, that law don't apply to me, it's because they're a criminal and they need fucking taken out. Okay? End of story. Anyhow, the National Rifle Association lobbied for the new law, arguing that the court's decision had, that's right, legalized police to commit unjustified entries. That's correct. That's actually what it did. But I told you, see, the court system, the police, are all controlled by corporations and governments who are controlled by bankers. It's an entire criminal racket. No lie. Every last bit of it's nothing but a criminal mafia. Times down president, that's right, Indiana State Field Order Police, let's see, which opposed the legislation, said that the law could open the way for people who are under the influence to emotionally distressed to attack officers in their homes. No, see, that's their cop-out to look for a way around it. Because they want to make sure that they can break into your home illegally because they're thugs. Because they work for criminal corporations and criminal courts. That's right, they're thugs. They're helping to enslave their very own children, their very own families, but they're too stupid to see that. You can get that through their heads if you tried because they're stupid. Okay? I mean, they're absolutely stupid. You could show them all the evidence, put it all in their face, and they still wouldn't get it. Why? Because they're stupid, okay? Stupid don't get stuff. Why do you think the fucking cops that are hired are stupid? Couldn't have an intelligent cop. If you had an intelligent cop, look out. An intelligent cop would figure out what they're talking about here. That you didn't have a right to fucking enter this person's home without fucking justified reason. And they said, well, I don't have to have a reason because I'm above the law. That's because you're a criminal. That's because you're a thug. Okay? That's all there is to it. It's because you're a criminal and thug. Okay? Anyhow, it's just a recipe for disaster. Downs told Bloomberg. It just puts a bounty on our heads. Why ain't that what you fucking thugs have been doing to civilians for years now? That's right. No, you don't like your own medicine. Your own medicine hurts, don't it? Yeah. You don't like it. You would rather stay just free to do whatever you want, right? That's right. You want to stay a thug working for the mafia. That's right, for a corrupt court system. That's what it comes down to. You want to work for the syndicate, the mafia. You want to be a thug. You want to be able to enter somebody's home unlawfully and think that you're above the law when you're supposed to be enforcing a law. And if you're supposed to be enforcing a law, then that means you should be upholding the laws so you're giving a good example of what you're enforcing. Not be above it and break it. You can't arrest somebody for breaking the law when you're going to break laws yourself. Because you're not a cop no more. You're a thug. You're a criminal. You work for fucking, like I said, you work for the mafia. Okay? It's like the district attorney's office. They don't do their job. They watch all these politicians pass these illegal fucking laws and push them or sneak them in through bills in Congress. What do you think the bills in Congress that are passed that become your laws are where you can't read them? It's called legalese, people. It's a whole new tongue. It's to keep you from knowing what's being talked about. Because they knew if you knew what was being talked about, people would be pissed. People would stand up. So we'll write all of our bills in legalese. We'll write them all in fucking 2,000 pages long, 500 pages long enough so that we can stick our criminal tense in the back pages in the middle of it. Nobody will find it. Because nobody's going to get that far because it's too complicated to read it because it's all wrote in legalese. Deliberately done. You know, if I was in their position and somebody handed me a bill there wrote in legalese 500 pages long, I would have dropped it in the garbage and said, when you bring it back to me, wrote in plain English and not in legalese, and it's 20 pages long, we'll look at it. Until that time, we're not looking at it. Now, folks, going to keep throwing it in the garbage, and you'll never be voting on nothing because you'll never get no laws passed because you'll be too stupid to get a law passed. But we already have too many laws. If I was in fucking position, a whole bunch of laws would be eliminated. But that's all right. You people enjoy being slaves. You people should enjoy World War III. You should enjoy your deaths. I mean, after all, you do treat each other like dirt. Because it's the end thing, isn't it? To treat somebody like dirt. So, anyhow, I'll leave the link underneath this for you. Damn thing takes a while to open. So, I screen captured the story to show you. Since the link took like 5 minutes to open. But anyhow, with that being said, leave your comments and opinions.